Hey guys, I'm Irene and today I'm going to show you how to make 4 easy Christmas themed bows out of the exact same wrapping paper you're using to wrap your gifts. We have a holly bow, a poinsettia bow, a Christmas bow, and a tree bow. The great thing about these bows is that they are two-toned, utilizing the colorful front side and the white back side of the wrapping paper. So even if you only have one roll of wrapping paper, you can still wrap the gift and make bows that pop. In my examples, I'll be using the super cute dog print wrapping paper. It is red on the front side and white on the back side. Let's get started. These are the pieces we need for the holly bow. We'll make 2 large leaves, 1 small leaf, and 3 berries. We'll assemble them together on a paper circle. My sizing makes a bow that is about 5 inches on the longest side. To make a large leaf, take a 3 inch by 2.5 inch rectangle. Fold the rectangle lengthwise so that it remains 3 inches long. The white backside of the paper should be facing outwards. Draw a half holly shape along the folded edge. We then want to fold the rectangle like an accordion or a fan. Start by folding a small triangle so that the folds slant upwards. Then fold the leaf back and forth. Cut out the leaf and you can see that the accordion folding mimics the veins of the leaf. We want to use the white backside for the leaf, so erase any pencil marks that are visible. We drew on the backside because pencil usually works better on the backside than the slippery front side. We also want the leaf to fold upwards with the white on the inside, so reverse the direction of the center fold and refold the accordion shapes to sharpen the veins. Make 2 large leaves. The smaller leaf is made the same way, except we use a smaller 2.5 inch by 2 inch rectangle. For the berries, cut 3 strips that are half an inch by 2 inches long. Make loops with the red front side facing outwards. Secure the loops with a thin piece of tape. We can assemble the holly on a paper circle that is about 1 inch in diameter. Tape on the leaves first. Then use thin pieces of tape to secure the berries. It's easier to have the berries sit in between the leaves so that the tape can be folded underneath the circle. And there you have the holly bow. This poinsettia bow is the most time-consuming out of the 4 bows I'm showing you today. It's not difficult, there's just more pieces to make and assemble. These are the pieces needed for the poinsettia bow. We'll make 3 layers of petals, 3 loops for the center of the plant, and 3 leaves. We'll assemble them together on a paper circle. My sizing makes a poinsettia that is about 5 inches for the red part of the plant. Each layer of petals has 6 petals. Each petal has a center petal that uses the red front side of the paper and a bordered petal that uses the white back side. To make a petal for the bottom largest layer, take a 2.5 inch by 2 inch rectangle and fold it lengthwise with the white backside facing outwards. This will become the center petal, so we want to measure 3/16 of an inch from the top of the folded edge in order to leave room for the border petal. Draw a half petal shape and cut out the petal. Next, we need to make the border petal. Take another 2.5 inch by 2 inch rectangle and fold it lengthwise with the white backside facing outwards. Wrap the already cut center petal along the folded edge and align the base of the center petal with the base of the rectangle. Trace along the center petal, leaving a border. I like to do a tapered border that starts thick at the tip and thins out towards the base. Cut out the border petal. Reverse the fold on the border petal and the center petal will sit nicely into it. Use a thin layer of glue to glue the center petal onto the border petal. Make sure to glue the bases of the petals well because we'll need to make some cuts here later on. Make 6 large petals. The second layer of petals is made the same way, but the petals are made from rectangles that are 2 inches by 1.5 inches. Leave 3/16 of an inch for the border petals. Make 6 medium petals. The third and top layer of petals is made the same way, but the petals are made from rectangles that are 1.5 inches by 1 inch. Leave 3/16 of an inch for the border petals. Make 6 small petals. After you've made 6 petals for each of the 3 layers, we need to finish each petal by erasing any visible pencil marks and making a cut at the center of the base. The cut should be about 1/4 inch long. This allows us to overlap the 2 sides of the cut to create a curved petal. Next, we need to make 3 loops for the center of the plant. To make a loop, use a strip that is 3/8 of an inch by 1.5 inches long. Roll it into a loop with the white backside facing outwards and secure it with a thin piece of tape. Assemble the plant on a paper circle that is about 2 inches in diameter. Work from the largest outer layer inward. For each petal, overlap the 2 sides of the cut we made at the base to create a curved petal. Secure the overlap with a piece of tape. Leave some tape at the bottom for taping the petal onto the circle. Arrange the 6 large petals around the circle. This should create a smaller circle at the center. Make sure to leave enough room in the circle for 2 more layers. Arrange the second layer of petals in a similar way. We want to offset the petals in the second layer so that the tips of the second layer sit between the tips of the bottom layer. Arrange the third top layer of petals in a similar way. We want to offset the petals in the third layer so that the tips of the third layer sit between the tips of the second layer. Use thin strips of tape to secure the 3 loops for the center of the plant. Now we have the red part of the poinsettia done. You can optionally make 3 more leaves to go with it. I'll make 2 large leaves and 1 small leaf. The leaves are made the same way as the holly bow's leaves, but the shape is a regular teardrop leaf shape. Arrange the leaves the way you like it and tape on the leaves to the back of the main part of the poinsettia. And there you have the poinsettia bow. These are the pieces needed for the Christmas bow. We will make 2 layers of ribbon for the bow. The larger bottom layer will use the white backside, and the smaller top layer will use the red front side. We'll also make a center for the bow and 2 sets of bow tails. My sizing makes a bow that is about 4.5 inches wide. To make a ribbon for the bottom layer, use a strip that is 1 inch by 10 inches. Form a loop with the white backside facing outwards. Press the loop seam down so that there is a loop on both sides of the center. It looks like a figure 8 shape. Secure the seam and press with a piece of tape. Make 3 of these ribbons. The ribbons for the second layer are made the same way, except we use shorter strips that are 1 inch by 8 inches, and we want the red front side of the paper facing outwards. Make 2 ribbons for the second layer. To make a center for the bow, use a strip that is 1 inch by 3 inches long, and form a loop with the red front side facing outwards. Secure the loop with a piece of tape. Arrange the bow starting from the white bottom layer first. Stack the centers of the white ribbons, and there should be 3 loops on each side of the bow. Secure the bottom layer with the staple. Then arrange the red top layer using the 2 red ribbons. The loops of these red ribbons should sit in between the white loops of the bottom layer. Then place on the center loop. Secure the 2 sides of the center loop with staples. The main part of the Christmas bow is complete, but you can optionally create tails for the bow. I like creating 2 layers of tails. I create white bow tails using strips that are 1.5 inches by 3.5 inches long. I make them tapered by measuring 1 inch for the top. I create the red bow tails using strips that are 1.25 inches by 3 inches long. For the tapering, I measure 3/4 of an inch at the top. Erase any pencil marks. Arrange the tails of the ribbons with tape and tape them to the back of the bow. And there you have the Christmas bow. These are the pieces needed for the tree bow. We will create 3 V-shaped layers for the tree, a bottom layer and a topper, and some ornaments. We can arrange the tree on a rectangle that is 1 inch by 3 inches. My sizing makes a tree that is about 4 inches tall. For the 3 V-shaped layers of the tree, we need strips that are 3/4 of an inch wide. The top smallest layer is 8 inches long, the second layer is 9 inches long, and the third bottom layer is 10 inches long. With each strip, form a loop with the white backside facing outwards and secure the loop with a piece of tape. Press the seam down to form a figure 8 shape and fold one of the ears downward over the seam to form a V shape. Secure the V with a piece of tape. Do this for all 3 strips. To fill the gap at the bottom of the tree, we can cut a 3/4 inch by 5 inch strip and create a teardrop loop with a white backside facing outwards. To create the topper, cut a 1 inch by 3 inch strip with a white backside facing upwards. Then cut a 3/4 inch by 3 inch strip with the red front side facing upwards. Layer the red strip on the white strip, leaving a border of white on both sides. Create a loop and secure it well with a long piece of tape. We're now ready to assemble the tree on a strip that is 1 inch by 3 inches. Start by stapling the bottom teardrop loop about 1/2 inch from the bottom of the strip. Arrange the largest V layer so that the bottom loops of the V's are at the same level as the bottom of the teardrop loop. Staple the V in place very close to the top so that it can be covered by the next layer of the tree. Overlap the second V of the tree just enough to cover the staple. Staple the second V. Staple the third and smallest V. Staple the two sides of the topper and trim off any remaining paper on the strip. Create ornaments for the tree by taking a thin strip of paper that is about 1/4 inch wide and cutting little squares from it. Glue the little squares onto the tree, and there you have the tree bow. These 4 Christmas-themed bows are so easy to make, and they would add a unique touch to your gift wrapping. I showed you how to make them two-tone so you can make them with the front and back side of a single roll of paper. But if you have more colors of wrapping paper, such as greens, yellows, reds, definitely use them. Be sure to comment below on which bow is your favorite. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe button below. Hope to see you in my next video.